Hi, I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be covering a project that I believe could do very well next bull run. Nothing I do or say should be taken as financial advice. Get yourself a financial advisor. This is strictly entertainment purposes. Let's get into it. Today I'm going to be covering a project called Flux. It is currently, according to CoinMarketCap, ranked 170 among all cryptocurrencies. It is sitting at a price range of about 63 cents, almost 64 cents. Its market cap is $180 million, roughly, with a circulating supply of 294 million and a max supply of 440 million, which is about 67% that's in circulation right now. Flux is also on 122,000 watch lists. So when you look at Flux on the all-time index, its all-time high was in that, it says right here $3.12, but I know that it was actually around like the 330 mark. But regardless, when it's sitting at 64 cents right now, it has a lot of growth and a lot of potential to even get back to its all-time high. Just for comparison's sake, I want to show you guys internet computer, or otherwise known as ICP. So right now ICP is sitting at a price of $5.19 with a circulating supply of 302 million with a total supply of 497 million. So 302 million circulating supply, whereas Flux is 294, so a little bit less. And ICP right now has a price of $5.19. Its market cap is 1.5 billion. So if Flux was about that $1.5 billion range, it would be in that $5 price range, which I think is easily doable. So essentially, Flux is the world's largest decentralized computing network. It has about 16,000 plus nodes around the world right now. Basically, Flux is trying to be a decentralized AWS, Amazon Web Services. It is in the Web3 cloud infrastructure, which if you don't understand Web3, I highly recommend you research it a little bit because it's a fairly complex subject. However, the whole idea of Web3 is owning your own data and the whole transparency behind it. Right now, large tech, Apple, Google, all this large tech owns all your data. They sell your data. Flux is here to be a decentralized version of that, so that way no one has access to your data except you, or at least there is transparency so you know where your data is going. The use case for Flux is enormous. The markets that Flux is on are pretty big. It's on Binance, KuCoin, PancakeSwap, Gate.io, Binance.us, Crypto.com. It's on a MEXC. It's on a lot of very big exchanges. I will say the one major one I'm noticing it's not on is Coinbase. So if it gets listed on Coinbase, that could be another reason that Flux could pump up. Flux is the cryptocurrency that powers the Flux ecosystem. It has a number of uses, including purchasing resources, collateralizing nodes, fueling transactions on Flux OS, as well as rewarding both miners and Flux node operators for providing computational resources. The Flux ecosystem is devoted to empowering everyone to develop, deploy, and use decentralized internet of the future, Web3. All right, now let's look at Flux's website. The first thing I want to point out is just so you guys can get a little bit of an understanding of what the webs are. So Web 1 is basically Google, Internet Explorer, Yahoo, Safari, static websites. Web 2 is where social media came. Instagram, Uber, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. That's Web 2. Web 3 is, as they say, read, write, own. You own your own crypto. You have your own wallets, MetaMask, Trust Wallet. You have access to your own data. In the past, you've never had that. There's even like Brave Browser, which Brave Browser is, if you guys don't know, a browser you can use instead of like Google, Safari, any centralized browser. Brave Browser is completely decentralized. They don't track your data. They don't do anything like that. It's completely decentralized. So if you guys want to learn more about that, I highly recommend it. Brave Browser is very fascinating. The Flux Cloud evokes the power of corporations and restores it to the common people. It helps you build decentralized applications with increased flexibility, scalability, and censorship resistance. The partners for Flux are very good compared to a few of the projects I've talked about in the past. They aren't quite as strong, but they're still pretty strong. So Flux is partnered with NVIDIA. They're also partnered with OVH Cloud, which is the largest leader of cloud infrastructure in Europe. They're partnered with Lumen, FIO, KDEX, which is the evolution of DeFi, and Kadena, which I also like Kadena. Eventually, I will do a video on Kadena. CoinMetro, Presearch, GetBlock, Rosetta. They're affiliated with KuCoin, Paxos, Gemini, Maker, Binance. They have some good partners. And now when you look at the Run on Flux website, the total nodes it says on here is about 14,395. I just recently saw Daniel Keller, who is the CEO of Flux, talk about how there's over 16,000. So I'm not sure if this is not updated yet or whatever the case behind that is. Maybe he's talking about other things too. But either way, that is a lot of nodes. And I know that a lot of the hash power from Ethereum came to Flux. And right now there's 123 million Flux that is locked away. Now let's get into a little bit of technical analysis. When you look at Flux, All right, we're going to start by looking at the daily time frame. Again, as usual, I go over the stochastics. The stochastics are right there kind of in the middle, and the RSI is also right there in the middle. So something I want to point out also is when you look at a little bit of the past, okay, every single time the RSI has gotten below the dotted line or touched the dotted line, very shortly after, we have had a massive run up. This one didn't move up as much. However, it came back down again. Massive run up. We just recently touched the bottom of the RSI again, and we have hardly moved. That looks very similar to this. So anything could happen. However, I want to point out that about the RSI. Now, when you look at the EMAs, the EMAs are starting to get tight. That also signifies a big move is coming. Again, anything can happen. Just recently, Bitcoin has broken $30,000 again, which is a massive, massive mark. Bitcoin dominance is extremely high right now. That's something I want to point out heavily. Whenever dominance settles down a little bit, I could see altcoins starting to fly. And Flux is one that I think will fly. When you look at the weekly time frame, the stochastics are almost all the way down, which is the complete opposite of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is completely pinned up top right now. Flux has had a lot of time to reset, which means when Bitcoin dominance wears off, I think Flux, another reason I think Flux is going to be poised for a massive move upwards. But again, anything can happen. If Bitcoin falls, Flux is going to fall. If Bitcoin rises, there's a good chance Flux will rise. This is not financial advice. Get yourself a financial advisor. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on.